Hi Cancer, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot, and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast for the week of December 28th through January 3rd, 2016. Happy New Year, Cancer. This is for Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, and Cancer Rising signs. So Cancer, let's get started. Oh my goodness. I knew this Ace of Cups was going to come out, Cancer. Okay. What I have at the bottom of the deck, Cancer, is the Ace of Rods. So this is a very passionate energy. It's a very creative energy, and it does represent a new beginning, something new that's going to be starting this week. You actually, it looks like you're going to have maybe two new beginnings. But this also can just simply be representing a very passionate energy. So perhaps you have a new beginning that's starting, and it's just something you're very, very, very passionate about. Honestly, excuse me. And if you are in a relationship, you know, it could just be a very passionate week in general, not just as in, you know, passionate in some regard or some aspect of your life, you know, whether that be career or something along those lines. You know, your relationships could be quite passionate this week as well. Okay. So the overall energy, Cancer, and I never usually remember my weekly forecast. It's just too much for me to remember, but if I do remember correctly, you might have had the Five of Swords in your weekly spread for last week as well. But your overall energy for the entire week is actually the Five of Swords. Excuse me. And the Five of Swords can represent several different things. But this can be short-lived victories, and sometimes I do actually see this card as just victories in general, and it perhaps might, you know, for the overall energy of this week, you can actually be maybe victorious in some area of your life, but perhaps it wasn't the easiest victory to get to. Sometimes I see this as a victory card, but you know, you had to go through a lot along the way to actually obtain this victory. Perhaps you got in, you know, arguments with other people, or you had to fight for this victory in some way, shape, or form. Because I normally see this particular man here on this card as having words with people around him. You know, this can be also, which you do actually have the Seven of Rods here as well. I was going to say this can be like a defensive card for me as well. And you actually do have the Seven of Rods, which is a very defensive card where you have to defend yourself. This is you being on guard. This is you standing up for your beliefs or standing up for whatever it is that you want. But this card has a very powerful message. As long as you do that and you are courageous and you stand your ground, you will be successful. So, you know, it actually resonates quite well with, you know, the other cards here that you have the Five of Swords for the overall energy. I feel like for many of you Cancers, this is a victory card, but you know, for you to get to this victory, it probably hasn't been the easiest road. You're starting out here with the Knight of Cups. So this can be like an offer or news coming in right in the beginning of the week. Sometimes I see this particular night as an energy, as you moving towards, you know, something in your life that's going to make you very happy. This is you moving towards your emotional abundance. This is you moving towards being fulfilled or you being very happy. This can also be like a knight in shining armor or a Prince Charming. And I do actually have the Ace of Cups directly underneath him, which is a blessing from above. It's a beautiful new beginning, and it can be in regards to relationships or other areas of your life as well. It's a new beginning that just makes you very content and makes you very excited and very happy. And you know, this particular cup can really represent any new beginning, any one of life's events that really bring us a lot of joy and a lot of happiness. Whether this be, you know, new babies being born, or marriages, or just any sort of new beginning, really, that makes you very happy. Let me see here. I feel like some of you are simply moving towards going on vacation, because I always look at how the cards interact with one another. And this particular knight, who I always, you know, not always, but for the most part, see him as moving towards something that's going to make you happy. He is looking directly at this Four of Swords, which can be a vacation card. So for some Cancers, I mean, you could just literally be going on vacation. That's what's going to make you happy. Maybe you need a break. The Four of Swords traditionally is a card that represents this soldier. He's been out on the battlefield. He's exhausted. He's tired. You know, he needs a break. He's here to recharge his batteries, to replenish himself, to relax. This can be like a timeout kind of card. So for some Cancers, I feel like that's all you really want. You're moving towards just going on vacation, or moving towards some time off, moving towards just recharging your batteries and getting, you know, a good rest. You know, perhaps maybe this is something you've been fearful about, because directly underneath the Four of Swords, I have the Eight of Swords, which can be like confusion. It can be fears and anxieties kind of holding you back. So I feel like maybe some of you were afraid to maybe take this time off from work, or, you know, maybe you didn't know if it was going to happen. You were worried about it happening. You know, if you're worried about this coming through or not, I feel as though it's definitely going to come through. And that could be definitely why we have the Five of Swords here, because maybe, you know, you had to fight with your boss. You had to pull a lot of strings. You had to do quite a bit to be able to get this time off here. You know, and then for other Cancers, you know, I feel like that's in regards to this Ace of Cups. You know, maybe whatever this victory is for you, it took you a while to get to this, and maybe you had fears and anxieties and confusion in regards to this whole new beginning. Maybe you didn't know if it was going to actually come to fruition or not. So maybe you just took a break, and, you know, this is maybe the particular week that, you know, an offer or news comes in, and, you know, you have this beautiful Ace of Cups being given to you. I do feel as though, you know, your energy is this King of Swords. I really am not picking up on this being another person, but it can be. I really feel like this is, for the majority of Cancers, this is your energy. You know, because the overall energy is the Five of Swords. These particular men are looking over here at this situation, and I really feel like this is you looking at the situation as, you know, this Ace of Cups and even maybe the Four of Swords as something you want very much. You know, this is my warrior king. He's very focused. He's very determined. He's very logical. He's very analytical. He's highly intelligent. And when he wants something, he really goes after it. And in my opinion, he's always a victor. He always comes out the winner. So, you know, this is very much, I feel like, you winning some particular victory, or you gaining something, but it probably wasn't the easiest. You probably had fears and anxieties attached to this, but, you know, here it is with the Ace of Cups here. I feel like this is something you worked very hard for too, because directly underneath the King of Swords I have the Eight of Pentacles, which this is you know, being very focused on your work, putting a lot of time and effort in. This could be, for some Cancers, this can be the week that perhaps maybe you're starting a new job. That's maybe what this Ace of Cups can be representing. You could be learning a new skill. And then for other Cancers, this is my Craftsman's card. This is you working a job that you might have had for a while. You're just perfecting your skill. You're focusing on your work. You're doing a good job. You actually could be receiving some sort of raise or promotion, perhaps. But if not, this is just, you know, those financial rewards coming in for your hard work and your effort, and you being just incredibly focused on your work. which the King of Swords here, which I really feel like is you, which is sitting directly on top of the Eight of Pentacles, he normally is. He's a very hard worker, and when he's, you know, focused on his work, he's very focused on his work. So what I have next to him is actually the Knight of Swords, which this can be a very fast-paced, hasty kind of energy of things happening quite quickly, but this can also bring confusion and chaos as well. So I feel like, you know, you are headed towards this new beginning, but, you know, it could be a confusing time for some Cancers. Maybe you have fears and anxieties. Maybe it's because it's happening a little quickly. And I feel like whatever this is something you stood up for. This is something you stood your ground with. You wanted this very much. This is you standing up for your beliefs, standing up for yourself, for what you want. Again, you know, this is a warrior here. So you have, you know, a couple cards here that really tell me that you're a fighter this week. You know, you want particular things and you're going to fight for them. So good for you. And with this card, you know, as long as you're courageous, you'll come out the victor. So, you know, very, very good week. I don't feel as though this is going to be a bad week whatsoever. I just feel like, you know, as long as you stay focused and determined, like the King of Swords here, you know, you can't go wrong with that type of energy. So what I am going to do now for you, Cancer, is just pull you an additional guidance card. So please show me an additional... Okay, then. This card came out all on its own, so I will take it. All right. And it is Sonia. I bring you a message from your deceased loved one. I am happy, at peace, and I love you very much. Please don't worry about me. Wow, Cancer. So, you know, for some Cancers, this isn't really pertaining to this particular week, like these cards here, but this is a message that wants to come through for you. I bring you a message from your deceased loved one. I am happy, I'm at peace, and I love you very much. Please don't worry about me. Very beautiful. So as you know, I think the camera picked it up. As you know, the cards that come flying out like that, I find them to be, you know, highly significant. So this is definitely, you know, for many Cancers, this is someone that wanted to come through for you today. So this is really beautiful. And maybe, you know, some Cancers have gone through, you know, losing someone in their past, and it wasn't the easiest. And maybe that's why you've had some sort of hesitation, perhaps, with moving forward. Just know that, you know, deceased loved ones are our angels, and they do help us on our path, and they are with you. And they are working with your spirit guides to divinely guide you towards these beautiful things in your life. So, you know, very strong message here, very beautiful message here, Cancer. I do hope you enjoyed this reading, Cancer, and I hope you have a great week. Take care.